What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Today we have some Alliance War gameplay from kind of two different Alliance Wars, and one of the things on the free-to-play account, because, you know, we recently did Act 5, so we have the materials, we've taken Luke Cage up to rank 3, still don't have enough ISO to fully take him up to level 45, so it's something like level 36, but I wanted to do as much Luke Cage Alliance War gameplay on this account, because I know that's what the people want, man, the people of YouTube. So we have kind of a compilation today. Some of the fights, like this Yellow Jacket, for example, very easy to deal with, but we have some incredibly interesting fights toward the video, as well as one really amazing fight with Scarlet Witch, which literally I just came off doing like 10 minutes ago, and it was so awesome. So yeah, that's right at the end of the video. But anyway, this first fight with Yellow Jacket, and Yellow Jacket, he's just one of those opponents that once you know how to like outrange and evade his special attacks and can do that consistently, he's just an easy kill. Like, he's very easy to fight, but especially in kind of the middle tier of Alliance War. We're in tier 6 currently on the free-to-play account. I think the first match actually might be from tier 7, but we won that, so we moved on to an advance to tier 6 now. So it's kind of around that region of the middle of the game, and it's quite interesting to see the contrast, because there are some defenders that are quite tricky and quite good, and random ones like Captain America that people are throwing down. I think this is this an unstunnable node? Yeah, this is an unstunnable node here, so we're baiting out heavy attacks, trying to get the opportunities via the special one there. I think in this fight, just looking back on it, I took a little bit too much block damage. But guys, if you're placing Captain America on Alliance War defense, it's time to stop, man. You just give me a free kill right here. Like, it's way too easy. But yeah, just baiting out those special ones, rinse and repeat. I think we're going to go in for the special 2 now. Oh no, it's another 5 combo, then maybe special 3 just to finish it off, man. That finesse on the special 3 animation. Oh, absolutely fantastic. It is a way to end a fight, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, Captain America, stop placing him on Alliance War defense. If you want to create any sort of defense, man, just take him off. But that's it. The Blue Jean Boy, he's not doing too bad so far. I think we've taken about like 10-11% damage. But next up, we do have the regeneration buffet node. So I'm like, you know, Luke Cage, we can do. He's got the damage to do this. We don't really have any buffs on him. Now the physical resistance one isn't proccing all of the time. So yeah, I'm just gonna get in there. I was kind of expecting to fight magic, but it was a Doctor Strange, which is very good news, because that is significantly easier to deal with in comparison to magic. So yeah, we're just getting in there. Gonna do, I believe, just firing off the special ones here just to get maximum damage and keep on pushing Doctor Strange into the corner. Those special ones are just fantastic on Luke Cage for some of the shorter fights. But there we go, just dusting him off now. We almost finished him there, but, you know, we just had to evade a special one and then get back in for another 5 combo. But yeah, well, Milker 27. And next is where I was kind of falling asleep at this point. We've had some pretty easy matchups, but, you know, I got a little bit too ahead of myself. I was like, they've placed a Captain America, Doctor Strange, Yellow Jacket. It's probably going to be something, you know, like a Beast on the next node or an unduped Cable. But to my surprise, I was not ready for a Nightcrawler. So I think we do make a few mistakes in the next matchup, which are entirely redeemed at the end of this video, ladies and gentlemen. Trust me on this one. But we do, I think the main problem here is we're just button mashing. Like, I was going back, I was watching the footage, just breaking it down frame by frame to see exactly what was causing me to take hits, and yeah, it's just kind of overextending and not paying close attention to that evade, which is really what you need to do when you're fighting Nightcrawler. You need to make sure that as soon as you see that evade pop up, that you are immediately ready to block or dash back or just get out of there, because yeah, if you commit to another hit, then he's just going to strike back into you, and evade is just one of those mechanics, man, that's still super annoying to play around. But hey, we're betting out the special 2 here. I was like, I don't really feel super comfortable throwing off any special attacks, so I was like, we'll save up to the special 3 just to get the guaranteed one to land, and also via the special 3 giving 4 stacks of exhaustion to Nightcrawler. That's also going to provide us with a really significant damage bonus. I made just a bit of a mistake there as well. I think what I aimed to do when I got hit there, because I was at my special 3, was keep on punching until I saw the evade and then hit the special 3 immediately. I was a bit too slow. We got hit, did another combo, then fired it off. But yeah, just too many little mistakes here and there that really caused the Luke Cage to get battered down this fight. And lose almost 50% of his health, man. But, hey, it's not too bad. You live and you learn. But, ladies and gentlemen, that's where some of the easier matchups, they end. And we go into this Power Shield Mystery Cosmic opponent with also armor up. So he's got Power Shield, he's got armor, got a lot of resistance, got Kinetic Reactor as well. And it is a Hyperion. Now, it's my first time fighting with Luke Cage on a Power Shield node. So I was curious as to, you know, where I was going to get the most damage out of my special attacks. I think we start off by going in for a special one here, and one of the things that I quickly noticed is this Hyperion, man. He has willpower, so he's healing quite a bit, and all the damage is off our special attacks. So look at that special 1 damage, and that was with like 5 stacks of exhaustion ramping it up. And I'm like, lads, that is not enough. We're gonna have to try and dish out the special 2s, which for overall damage, I think the special 2s, just in my experience so far, they seem to be worse. But just for the pure damage on the special attack, which is what you need on the Power Shield node, the special 2 seemed to be the way to go, but we didn't have any stacks of exhaustion there, and you can see that was significant, a much bigger chunk than the special 1, so it seemed to be very good, despite having no stacks of exhaustion to ramp up the damage. So that was decent, but exhaustion in the Hyperion matchup now does have this additional functionality of reducing the effectiveness of his power gain. So yeah, it's actually really useful for fighting Hyperion, because it just allows you to get kind of his power a little bit more under control, and definitely significantly restricts the effectiveness of his power gain. And that's one of the things that mainly, you know, catches people off guard when fighting Hyperion. And especially if we had this Luke Cage awakened, we would also have a buffer for tanking special 3s and taking no damage if he did happen to push over to it. So yeah, I think like it's very arguable now that Luke Cage is like one of the best champions in the game for fighting Hyperion. If you had this dude awakened, 5-star rank 4, map 6 beast, ladies and gentlemen, like he'd be able to cut through those Hyperion bosses like they were absolutely nothing. But yeah, there we go, and I believe that is the final fight that we have for the first Alliance War. So we're going to switch over to the footage for the second one now. And this one, I changed the team around because I saw so many cosmic opponents. So we have just a couple of matches here to start off with the Scarlet Witch, because I had quite a tricky path ahead of me, because we did this one and also the far right-hand side. So I wanted to save Luke Cage for some of the opponents that you're going to see in a minute. But yeah, we're fighting an unduped symbiote Spider-Man here. Again, symbiotes, Spider-Man characters, especially with their special wands, can catch people off guard relatively easily. So what I tried to do there by firing off the special 1 was push into the special 2 just so I could bait that. And really, when fighting an unduped Spider-Man, that is, or even a duped one as a matter of fact, that's what I always try to do, is try to push to the special 2 as much as possible. But an unduped symbiote Spider-Man, he is not really causing any problems at all, so a very easy kill there for the Scarlet Witch. But praise be to Scarlet Witch, man. I cannot appreciate this character enough. I feel like until I really started playing my free-to-play account again, I feel like I lost a bit of appreciation for still how good and how relevant Scarlet Witch is to the game. But if you've been watching a lot of the progression streams, the uncollected clears, the Act 5 stuff, you know, you can really see her tremendous amount of value in terms of sustainability and damage and occasional utility, digging you out of a ditch. So yeah, she's not the most reliable character, but still, she's a roulette wheel of pretty good most of the time. That's how I would describe her. And still, you know, a really awesome character for anybody to take up once she is awakened. But anyway, the next matchup, fighting Phoenix, and this is one of the things that I wanted to include. Just to give this reminder, when you're fighting Phoenix, you never want to take her above her special 1, because I see so many people having a lot of problems in this monthly event quest by taking Phoenix above her special 2 and then having to deal with this constant cycle of like Phoenix Force and then her power being insane from the Furies that she's burning off on her special 1 and potentially insane regeneration when you push her over. So yeah, Phoenix guys, pro tip, never push her past her special 1. That's very important to keep in mind. But anyway, we're going over to Path C here. And as you can see, we've got two pretty stacked science opponents, stacked relative to our tier. I mean, if you've been playing tier 1, it might not seem that way, but I looked at this dude's profile and I'm like, oh, could it be Electro? I was thinking about that, and I don't have the villain synergy for Blade, but, you know, I wanted to play a bit more Luke Cage, so I thought we'd go in. But in hindsight, if you probably know it's going to be an Electro, Luke Cage isn't a great option to bring, lads. But hey, he's going to work in this matchup, we're going to get through it. But because all of the damage on Luke Cage is pure contact, it's pure physical, he's just taken so much damage back. And you can see, like, when 19 hits in, we're almost like 30% down, and we're going like up to 25, and our health is just absolutely decimating, even though the Electro isn't that stacked in comparison to some of the higher tier nodes. So yeah, we fight Electro, but as a consequence of that Electro being pretty beefed up, we lost about 50% of our health, which was yeah, a bit of a pain in the ass, but still proves that, you know, Electro, especially around kind of those mid tiers, tier 5 downward, he's still got a tremendous amount of defensive value. I'm looking at this champion, Science One, I'm like, it's not going to be another Electro, is it? It's probably going to be somebody like Spider-Man, and it was another Electro, so that's super fun for the health points of my Luke Cage. So yeah, we're just going in, trying to get as much damage as possible, want to get that stun from the special one. This is going to be a really short fight, I can tell right off the bat, because my Luke Cage is just hitting so hard, but that's both of the Electros down now, and my health is absolutely tanked. It's absolutely demolished on the Luke Cage. And I know up next there is a bleed node as well. So I'm like, we've got a cosmic opponent. So I'm having a little bit of a scout ahead just to, you know, see my teammate and exactly what kind of situation he's at, because I need to take the mini-boss down with him, and I see that he's not really in a good state, so I kind of want to save my Scarlet Witch for the mini-boss, so you're going to see in a second. So I'm like, okay, it's a bleed node, enhanced special 1, we also have Spite, so I feel like it's going to be Hyperion. That was my guess, and I queue in. I'm not surprised at all to find out it is a Hyperion. So yeah, we need to do this fight with 10% health left, which is actually super beneficial in the Hyperion. You know, this is a good matchup where we don't need a lot of health because, you know, because of the amount of power gain that he's getting, he's almost always going to fire off a special attack, which gives us opportunity to get away from him, let him use the special attack, and then get in without taking any damage there. So I fight off the special 2 here. I'm not really too sure why. It wasn't a good shout for this matchup. I should have probably saved to the special 3 or committed to a special 1 earlier in the fight. Because yeah, the special 2, all it did there, well, it prevented his power gain for a little bit, but it significantly gimped my damage for a wide amount of time. So yeah, I don't know. The special 2's alright against Hyperion, but I'd probably advocate going for special 3s back to back or spamming special 1, depending on the intensity of the power gain. But there we go, full attack bonus achieved. Not too bad, lads. That blue-jeaned boy smacking down 3 fights in a row. So up next, this is where we go to probably like the best Nightcrawler fight of my entire life. Like, you know, Nightcrawler, he's been in the game for like a year and a half, and he is just a massive pain in the ass to fight. I still struggle every time I see him, but I'm looking at my teammate. My teammate's busted, man. He's only got crossbones. He's not going to be able to do too much. So I'm thinking, okay, unstunnable, Nightcrawler. We're just going to have to go in with Scarlet Witch, and we're just going to have to play very on the ball here. Bait out the heavy attacks, bait out the special attacks, take a few risks, take a few gambles, doing some swish backward drafting intercepts there, committed a little bit too much to some hits, which could have landed me in some rubbish there. But I think that's one of the things that's very valuable about watching your gameplay back. You're like, oh man, I shouldn't have gone for that additional hit there, but that additional hit paid off, man. We landed it and also got a bit of regeneration. Went for the special 2 gamble. You know, you got to gamble sometimes on Nightcrawler, but we messed up a little bit there. Took a few hits, but it's alright. We're getting back in there with the perfect intercepts. I'm being a little bit cheeky, taking a few too many gambles here, committing to the 5 combo, but I know I've got the Fury active, and that makes a significant boost to Scarlet Witch's damage output, so I'm just trying to milk this fight for all it's worth. So yeah, we go in, and yeah, that's a bit of a rubbish special too. messed up a little bit there, but we're still in the ball game, and we're attacking into the Nightcrawler slowly, and by some miracle we managed to force him into swashbuckling mode, which I'm still not consistently good at. You know, I still have problems fighting Nightcrawler, but hey, we've got him into swashbuckling mode, and if you are familiar with how Nightcrawler works, in swashbuckling he cannot evade, so yeah, we've got a fairly just standard fight Nightcrawler now. And I think that's one of the reasons why I don't really think Nightcrawler is a great kind of main boss or mini boss, because as soon as somebody can figure that out or gets a lucky break and manages to switch him, he just becomes really face roll. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you enjoyed some free-to-play Alliance War gameplay. I know you've been asking for it. Smash that like button if you did. Thank you very much for watching. Take care and have an absolutely fantastic day.